I must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
Welcome to day number 3. Now there are several different translations of Incantamentum. The closest one is probably going to be Incantation, which isn't a million miles away from the original Latin word. There's also Spell, Conjuration, Charm and Enchantment. There's also another translation, and that word is Abraxas. Right, let's head off. We have a barrow to excavate. But first, we also have a cat to examine.
Herbert, how did you get in here? It doesn't matter anymore. I've got much more important things to get on with. Good morning. Stanley?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Mr. Shoulder left a note for you.
Thank you, Stanley.
Meet me at my home. I guess that we can do that.
Oh, there were a key with it too.
This small key was enclosed with Mr. Shoulder's note. I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
Miss Bateman, I beg you, in the name of God, leave this town.
Father Roach, what is the meaning of this?
There's nowt for you here, lass. Clear off.
I beg you, Miss Bateman.
Father Roche, Mr. Farnaby, here to wish Miss Bateman good luck for her excavation, gentlemen.
Am I heck?
Mr. Kemp, you know...
An excavation strongly supported by Lord Panswick, no less.
I wish you well with your findings, Miss Bateman. May the Lord strengthen you and guard you from the evil one.
Yeah, little children, guard yourselves from idols.
Good luck, Miss Bateman.
Thank you.
It's kind of at this point where you realise just who has your back. And where is Stanley going? Surely he has a pub to run? The only thing that I sort of dislike about this part of the game is that it's pretty much on rails until you get to the Barrow.
I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
Most of the area is now closed off to you.
Douglas? Douglas dropped his toy sword. It's just a toy. It's no use to me. Mr. Shoulder! This key is much too small for the lock.
He doesn't appear to be home again, but he has left us a small box.
What's this? What's this? A box. It's locked. Mr. Shoulder, I got your note. Explain yourself. Curses.
Just like before, he is not explaining a single thing.
It's locked.
Well, unless it interests him, that is.
The key fits. Another one of these peculiar stones. Wait, does this mean Mr. Shoulder was the third man on my father's excavation? There's a note underneath.
My heart is his heart. My light is his light. Now, there's not much more I can say about this. ABPA is the first 4 letters of Abraxas, and it matches up with this stone right here. Alright. It's clear that we are not going to see Mr. Shoulder, especially at his residence.
It's dead. The poor thing is beyond help.
I wonder, was it eating those worms? I wonder what it died of.
Hello? Is anyone home? He's not answering.
Everyone seems to be either staying inside or avoiding the area. Well, it is raining quite heavily after all, so I can't blame people for staying inside.
Good morning, men. Thank you for braving the weather.
Aye, miss. A little rain is no bother. So, may we start?
Yes, we've not a moment to waste. And so, the excavation of Hob's Barrow began. Horace and his men learnt quickly and went about their work with care. We toiled for hours, rolling away great stones, removing mortar and masonry put in place by Father, Mr. Bryden and Mr. Shoulder. They had gone to great lengths to seal the barrow. I should have realised their efforts were not only to keep us out, but also to keep something contained within. Eventually, our careful application of pick, trowel and shovel gave way to open space. A stagnant, cadaverous odour was let forth. The seal was broken. I couldn't believe my eyes. Splendid work, all of you.
Step inside, miss. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Horace. I can't wait a moment longer. Flowers? I can't get my head around this. How could they possibly grow here? Horace, come see this. Horace?
I would have thought that flowers like this would have needed sunlight to grow and oxygen.
I can't see them out there. Chaps? I've been abandoned.
And yet, after the information she got last night, and from this as well, she decides not to go around questioning further.
Fairly standard Bronze Age pottery. Smashed to high heaven, I'm afraid. Not worth making a note of. A burial urn, perhaps, though there's no sign of ashes. An unremarkable find. Hellebore, without a doubt. A simple hallucinogen, or a gateway to unknown worlds. Something tells me I'm about to find out. Try as I might, these flowers are steadfastly rooted.
And where is Mr. Shoulder? I mean, he made out he was very excited to see this happening, yet he is strangely absent.
Horace and company have departed, it would seem. I must carry on alone.
You don't have to carry on alone.
Let's see if I can cut them away. Incredible. Something has been boarded up here. The rock appears to be holding the boards in place. The rock appears to be holding the boards in place. Iron stakes have been driven through the boards, holding them firmly in place. I feel uneasy about what might lie beneath, but what choice do I have? Iron stakes at each end are keeping the boards in place. I can't remove the stakes with my bare hands. I'll need to pry them out with something.
Where's Kenneth when you need him?
Curses. I can't get enough leverage with this knife. It's too thin. I can't seem to budge the stakes with this. A passage! Father, I'm coming. Curses. Am I out of paraffin? Thank goodness.
More hellebore? Are barrows usually this deep? With steps?
My lantern went out, for good this time. I had no choice but to venture forth into the darkness. With each step, the passage narrowed in every conceivable way, until I was on hand and knee, crawling through thick clumps of vegetation. The odour of that dank soil was somehow unnatural. I crawled for an age, until I emerged in a cavern that seemed lit by the very earth itself.
She could have turned back, walked into the village, and retrieved some more paraffin, and maybe someone to help her.
A great stone slab of a door. What is this place? It's as solid as it looks. A thin strip of stone. It's a slightly different colour to the rest of the masonry.
I mean, if I entered a cavern such as this in the dark, my first thought wouldn't be to carry on into the unknown. But hey ho, more power to Thomasina.
This stone panel feels firmly affixed. I'm not getting anywhere. The panel is still firmly affixed. A thin strip of stone. It's a slightly different colour to the rest of the masonry. This stone panel seems somewhat loose. Perhaps I can chip away at the edge of the stonework here. Well, the chisel broke, but what have we here? I should take a closer look. 3 niches have been carved into the stone.
And they look very much Abraxas stone shaped. But we can't actually examine them. Right. I'm going to just solve this puzzle and then we will go back into it.
A click?
Right, before we examine this panel, let's take another look. Right, so there are probably 3 ways that you can work this puzzle out. I mean, if you had some knowledge with Gnosticism and the Abraxas stones and whatnot, you could probably ascertain that the order goes Yao, Abraxas. Well, so yes, the first 4 letters of Abraxas and the last 3 letters of Abraxas. Or you could look at it as head, body, and snake appendages. Or I'm guessing these are meant to be like the legs of some sort. But you could also look at it like this: 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars.
I should take a closer look. Incredible.
Right, as you can see here, we have lots of different letters. I'm not sure if there is a major clue to this. Actually, let's take a close look at this. No. This. I'm guessing this is meant to be a clue. We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. And the characters that we see on here are the same that we saw on the stone. So we need to enter the characters in order that we saw them. So we start with Yao. And then we move on to Abraxas.
Oh my. The light. Curses. Goodness me. There's nothing Bronze Age about this. Roman? Ancient Greek? No, this is something else.
I'm not sure that ancient Greece got as far as Derby. Rome? Quite likely. But you may notice that these images portray someone holding, I'm guessing, wheat. And this person's holding something that looks like a fishing rod or a whip. In the second Abraxas stone, the one with the body, in one hand it was holding something very similar to this, and in the other hand it was holding something very similar to this. Anyway, let's take a look around and see what we can find and discover.
The figure is presenting what looks like a sheaf of wheat. The figure is presenting what looks like a sheaf of wheat.
Oh yes, I forgot that in this room, looking and using are pretty much the same action.
A simple pot made of clay. It's small enough to carry with me. No movement there. There is a nook hidden within the fist, as if to hold something. The way forward? Curses. There is a nook hidden within the fist, as if to hold something. The figure is holding a whip. Try as I might, it will not open. There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps.
Put your finger in there.
There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps. A stream of water is trickling down from the sodden earth above. Ice cold.
Let's see if we can collect some of it.
A simple pot made of clay. I've collected some water in the pot. It's full of water. There's nothing inside these. There's nothing inside these. Empty. A beautifully ornate pot. This is the only one with a lid. It's sealed tight. There's something rattling round inside. The seal is too tight. I can't get the knife in anywhere.
Did we lose our chisel?
Some situations do call for brute force. There's something here, made of wood. It looks like a crank handle. It looks like a crank handle.
I wonder.
The key doesn't fit. I can't wedge it open with the knife. I've had no luck getting it open with the trowel. A simple wooden crank handle. It fits in the hole. Let's see if I can turn it. My word.
Why is it glowing? What's in there?
The box is full of seeds. They glow in a most unnatural manner. The tiles are broken here, exposing the soil beneath. The soil feels as hard as rock despite this damp environment. The seeds glow in a most unnatural manner. The soil is too compact. I can't plant the seeds in soil like this. No, that won't achieve anything useful.
I already knew that, but it's worth a try sometimes.
I've broken up the soil. It's loose now. There we are. I've planted the strange seeds. Am I dreaming?
I hope so.
I can scarcely believe my eyes. The wheat sprouted in a matter of seconds. The wheat is firmly rooted. I can't pull it out. I cannot begin to comprehend how this sprouted in a matter of seconds.
Alright, that's one solved.
It fits. This one has shattered to pieces. I need to find a way out of here.
Now you want to find a way out.
I can't believe it. The roots descended in mere moments. I simply must be hallucinating. These roots are strong and tight. I've removed a portion of the root. I'll keep it. The curious length of root is strong yet flexible.
I forgot to double check, but did the door come down or across? Either way, why is she trying to push it open?
I'm almost onto something there. It's a little crude, but I believe I've fashioned a whip. A makeshift whip. I think I've done rather well. It fits. I must keep going.
Alright. That's step one done. Let's see what lays beyond.